9th episode of Pokemon Fire Red playthrough. I know I did miss an upload, I think it was today, though at least the day that I'm recording this. And that was just because we had a few things go on with the Soul Link. We had a couple problems, which is why we didn't have that, and then since I was dealing with it, I didn't have time to record this. But a few things that have changed. I now have a gamepad to play all these games on. That makes it a little bit easier to do for long periods, since my hand is no longer like, sitting there cramped up on two keys pressing A and B. On top of that, I was researching some other things that we could do, either collab or by myself, if that were to be the case. That's better for everybody. But I was looking at some different games, different generations, and I think I can now play essentially everything except for Sword and Shield. I think so. And I could also play like other games, I suppose, but this is this is just a game I'm pretty familiar with, and it's a little bit more chill, I guess you'd say, than other games. Not to mention the fact, in order to play other games that I think would be fun to record, I would need a lot more expensive equipment that I don't have, like an Elgato or something, because really right now, basically what I record would be reduced to like, older games, which isn't bad per se, but like GameCube and Game Boy, DS, 3DS games, stuff like that. Which I don't know, there's like a couple games that might be fun, and they would be like a longer playthrough, like Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. That's not like on GameCube, and I think that'd be quite interesting to play through. I don't know, games like that, just because I don't have like the equipment to like record things from a console. But yeah, so I was doing research on other games that I could play, and like I said, I can play basically everything except for Sword and Shield now. And then of course, with that means that we can do more collabs with like Chuck, or I guess if somebody else felt inclined to do a collab of sorts, that would happen as well. But currently, the only person that I talk to or know that would be interested is Chuck, and I've already talked to him about a couple other possibilities, so I know he would be interested in doing so. And this is the move we've been waiting for. The reason we evolved Chuck here last episode. But yeah, that was just my at least my attempt at an excuse of why I missed an upload. And so hopefully everything will be kind of now on track, and I believe we have it sorted out to where we can record more Soul Link episodes as well. So hopefully all will be well. If anything, I'll just keep this up to date, and then we'll get to the Soul Link as the situation resolves itself. But as far as for this episode, we should be able to easily get through the rest of this boat. We have just a couple trainers left on the boat itself, then we just have to take out our rival, which I feel fully confident in being able to do. And then probably from there, we'll at least look at taking on Surge. I don't know if we'll actually get to it in this episode. Still haven't got much feedback on the on whether or not some people want to see this sped up or not. which with the setup I have currently would be kind of difficult to speed up anyway, because whenever I put my gamepad into the computer, it didn't assign or have a way for me to assign the speed up button to a button on my gamepad for whatever reason, so I would have to like hold the hotkey on my keyboard while I played with my gamepad for whatever reason. But yeah, if somebody did say that they would prefer the speed up, you know, I could just do this series on keyboard just for the speed up, and then use my gamepad for any other series, because you know, since this one's solo, it's a little bit faster pace, just because it's only my pace that I have to worry about. But yeah, that would allow us to get slightly more content, and I don't know how big of an effect it would really have, but yeah, so if anybody that's watching has a opinion on whether or not it should be sped up all for like, just like these guys that, you know, you have to battle just for the XP, but not really anything too major, you know, I'm fine with speeding up through it, but just let me know down in the comments. And I'm pretty sure this guy is supposed to be like a reference to Looker or something like that in like the future games. This is what I was actually talking about in the last episode, showing you a couple other items. I don't know if it's all of these pots, but a lot of these anyway will have berries in them. And like I was talking about towards the end of the last episode, like I just found it interesting that they put berries into this game, but they have no way to grow the berries, and there's no wild berries, it's only the hidden ones. So it's kind of weird that they kept them in the game. But we shall go and just finish up the rest of this area. Oh, I kind of skipped past that, but that guy just shows you Snorlax essentially. But you can catch him later on in the run. Yeah, but and also, like I said, if anybody was interested in putting in input, I would make changes to the team. If like it's thrown in the comments, I just gave you like an outline of the Pokemon I would probably use, because I'm using a Pokemon that I normally wouldn't use, and it would still be good for the Elite Four. Just because of all the coverage. Because the electric types are really good, like, honestly throughout the Elite Four, because most of the Loreleis are part water, so you can actually get some super effective moves off, whereas, you know, normally you would think fire type, but since most of them are water type, they can do some massive damage to you. And also your attacks usually come out neutral, unless it is like a full ice type. And then on top of that, the dragon flying, so you can still get some somewhat super effective on the dragons, which are usually a problem in the end. And that's why I'm gonna pick up Jolteon, and then what else did I say? I think I said Arcanine, and that would be for Lorelei, the Venusaur at the end, since we chose Bulbasaur. Yeah, it's just some like extra type coverage. But yeah, let me know about anything like that. And yeah, I think that about covers everything. So I think we're kind of just in the game now. Seems like I'm having quite a bit of trouble against this Tentacool. It's like the Zubat of the water is what I normally think about it as, because it's like so annoying with the like wraps, and then it throws out Poison Sting to poison you just like that, and then it also gets Supersonic, so it's like just like Zubat, but I think it can actually poison you early on, whereas Zubat just has like leech life and stuff early with its Supersonic. Yeah, but I think we're hoping to record some Soul Link later today, and we'll be able to get that out to you guys. And also leave some recommendations of like what games we should go through next. Like obviously we can do like Gen 4, which is a bit of a longer game. We can go to Gen 5, which is, I think it's similar Link, maybe shorter or longer than 4. And I say that as in like, as far as like the amount of grinding and stuff you need to do. Obviously all the games are technically the same length because you have to get 8 gym badges and fight the Elite Four. Other than like Johto, obviously, because you can do the secondary. Although you do get in credits at the end of the Elite Four for Johto, even though you can go fight all the other ones. But yeah, I'm just talking about the far as like the gaps that you have to kind of fill in with training and everything takes a bit longer than like say like this game. It doesn't. There's not too many times you really have to stop and grind, except for like maybe towards the end. I'm gonna go heal up real quick. Also, another interesting tidbit that I guess I glossed over like whenever I was younger playing this game is I never actually knew that you like occasionally you hear like the horn of the boat in the background whilst you're in it. And that's probably another thing that I glossed over due to the fact that most of these games I play on mute after a while because the music is so similar. Is it this one? Yes. Yeah, but I think the team's shaping up pretty well. Got decent amount of coverage and tactics, such as Gloom here. Just poison, paralysis, or sleep anybody. Oh, and accidentally double clicked there, so. One of the more annoying moves in basically all of Pokemon, double team. Just stack up 6 double teams and the opponent only hits like every 10th move or whatever it is. But then again, I guess it also depends on your luck. Sometimes I've gone and used double team like 3 or 4 times and then I get hit every single time whilst I'm building them up. And then it's just like, okay, cool. I now have to heal up all the way and you're still hitting me, even though my evasiveness is like +4. But, yeah. That's something that's kind of stuck with me from being younger as well. I just have it in my mind that the status moves are not meant for the player. It's literally just to hinder the player, and then whenever the player uses status moves, it's like, oh yeah, they're not actually useful for you. At least that's what it always feels like. It's probably just because I have really bad luck, so. It's like, oh, I paralyzed somebody, and then they just like only get paralyzed once while they're paralyzed, and then I get paralyzed, and I get paralyzed back to back. Why did I keep this out? Oh, this is my problem. I get distracted. At least we're gonna get Gloom up here. Throw Cade out. Yeah, another thing that oh, okay. Yeah, and right back into Gloom. Amazing. Yeah, another thing that I've now done is backed up my save to like 3 different ports. because I like nearly overrode or over. I think overrode is correct. Like my save file whenever I went to load it, so I quickly just popped it down in a couple of files, so just in case I do end up, you know, doing it, I can be like, oh well, it doesn't matter because I got 2 other files. So yeah, that would have been a great setback towards the thing that I just brought back. You know, I feel like we're actually slightly... no, I guess not. I don't know, it just seems like a little bit early for us to be already working towards the 30s. But I guess... yeah, I guess... well, I don't know, because like, Misty's gym isn't over 20. So yeah. Maybe we're a little bit ahead of the schedule. Who knows? It's probably just because we don't have a full team yet, so... and the other good thing about Jolteon is going to be, it's already going to be 25 whenever we pick it up. So we're not going to have to like train it up to where the rest of the team is. And then Growl, I don't know what Growlithe will be at. Hyper Fang is it's a dangerous move. I can't remember if it's just like a really good move or it actually has like its ability is to like half your HP or something. Like it's just a really strong move. I'm pretty sure it said Pikachu. Yes. Yeah, that's like another thing. Moves, like singular moves on Pokemon that make it seem worthwhile, but it's like Rattata's not really a worthwhile Pokemon to keep on your team, per se. Although I guess it does have the ability to keep a hold of most of your HMs that you need. So, you can just keep it in the back as a HM slave, have like 3 HMs on it, like Cut, Strength, and then just keep Hyper Fang on it as like a super move. Like that's his trap card. Although you say that, and then there's like the Pokemon that they do in PvPs where it's just like it's like a Bidoof with, I forgot the item, but it's a hold item that allows you to stay alive with like 1 HP, and then you use Endeavor, I think it is, which brings it to your HP, which would be 1 HP because it's like super low level, and then you just use Quick Attack to like, yeah. So I mean, I guess those Pokemon can be, you know, prove their worth, I guess. And I don't know, I feel like okay enough with our levels to kind of just go take on the rival and then get out of this place. Because I'm pretty sure all there's left in here is battles, which, I mean, I guess if you're playing on your own, you might as well just get the extra levels. But let's see. Guess we'll lead out with no, let's lead out with Cade. And we'll go out to Pidgeotto, yeah. But I guess if you're playing on your own, you might as well just get the extra levels. But I mean, since we're on the playthrough and I think our levels are already kind of decent, we'll just go ahead and take on the rival, and maybe that will give us enough time to go take out Surge, and that would be a pretty good episode. Go back-to-back gym leaders. Well, there we go. There's K24, and I think this should make him bring out Ivysaur. Yes. So let's go into Pidgeotto. Can't wait till we get like wing attack or whatever the next move is. It's stronger. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that would have been annoying. Maybe I should like put up a poll or something that's just like, or maybe just ask like in the comments like, what bird's better in Kanto, by your opinion? Should it be Pidgeot or Fearow? Which one's better? Because I don't know, I feel like that's somewhat of a debate between people. Because I mean, I guess Fearow does get like Drill Peck, and I don't think Pidgeot can learn that, or at least by level up. Kadabra. I don't really have anything for Kadabra, do I? Other than, I think, Cadenode's Bite. I always wished you could get Umbreon and whatnot in these games. But, see, this is the exact reason why I said I was probably gonna leave a Dark type move on Cade, just for like the Ghost Elite Four, his Alakazam at the end. Yeah, but we took that out with relative ease. So now we can get cut, and I just realized I'm probably gonna have to just go catch like a Meowth or something, so that way I can actually get into Surge, because otherwise I'm just gonna have to skip Surge and come back when I know Surf. Oh yes, thank you, old man. I kind of wish that sickness kind of worked like this. This old guy, you just rub his back and suddenly he's not sick anymore. I always found that quite interesting, that that's all it takes to make him not sick. Anyway, we shall now watch as it departs. Oh yeah, this always reminds me of like the in the Omega and Alpha Sapphire remakes. I really liked the fact that they added in like all the little old models of all the boats and that they put in all the previous generations. It's quite, I always thought that was quite nice, like a nice addition. Okay. I think this town is also where you can get a Farfetch'd for, I don't know, for anybody who might want to know that for whatever reason. Not that many people are probably out there playing this game for the first time. I think anybody that is into Pokemon is kind of into Pokemon. Although I don't know, like, I know a lot of people currently anyway are kind of getting into new things with all the people that can't do what they normally do. So maybe there's some new people that always wanted to play Pokemon, and then they were like, well, might as well, since we got all this time. Just looking for a Meowth here, so that way I can cut in, because I don't think I caught any Pokemon. Oh, actually, can Clefairy learn Cut? It's a normal type. I might just go check and see if Clefairy can learn it. It's already caught it. I'm not planning on using it for anything, so. Plus the fact, I mean, I guess when you look at it, like, I guess Cut's not like a terrible move. It's actually better in some games, cause like in at least the newer games, it's actually better than Tackle, cause Tackle got reduced to oh, but no, it's Pound. Which Pound is better? Yeah, it got reduced to like 35, and then Cut is like 50 damage, and I think it's either 95 or 100% accuracy, so like it's actually better than Tackle, which is like what most of the Pokemon know, so it can be better, but I'm pretty sure in this game Tackle is base 50, so it's not any better. Yeah, this is 95. And Clefairy cannot learn it. That's an oof right there. Okay, back to trying to find a Meowth. And I've just realized we didn't even battle any of the people on this other route either. It's quite interesting. It must just be because of the amount of Pokemon we have, we're able to keep our levels up. Come on. It shouldn't be that hard to find. There we go. And of course Meowth is only level 10. I don't even know if I can tackle it. I might just try throwing a ball at it real quick. And if not, I'll tackle. Oh, well there we go. Got some luck on our side after all. So I'll just throw that in our team. Teach it cut real quick. It didn't even know 4 moves. It's quite interesting. Okay, and let me look at the time real quick. Yeah, if I have good luck with this puzzle, I should be able to take out this. I wish Chuck knew a different move. Wait, where do you get Dig in this game? Oh, I already have Dig. Yeah, you get it from the guy. I should probably teach him Dig. Yes. Here we go. Now we can sweep the gym, essentially. Let's see, Poison Sting, Peck. I mean, Poison Sting's alright, but just the amount of power. Yeah, I say we get rid of Poison Sting here. We can teach him a better one later, probably. And if not, if that's the only one he gets, then I don't know if it was really worth it to begin with. Okay. Alright, so now we should be able to just basically swipe this entire gym. See, I always thought there was like a certain what pattern you'd had to follow to solve this gym, but then I found out it was incorrect, so. Let's see what Dig is doing out here. Okay, one shot. And I'll probably just keep him out here for all of this because he's just a little bit over these guys, so we'll need to level him up probably for the gym leader. Yeah, I think that's the reason why Nidoking is so good. Like he actually has quite a decent amount of type coverage moves that he can learn. Only trash, only trash, only trash. Must be one of these center ones. Oh, and a reset. Might have to end up just cutting this out until I find where it is. Normally it doesn't take this long. I think Pikachu and Raichu are going to be our biggest problems because of outpacing. Ooh. Like they're going to definitely outspeed Chuck. Although, what are they really going to hit him with now I think about it? Like, I can't really use any of their electric moves, so. Yeah, I think Chuck's our strong suit here. Aw, static. Another Pikachu should be taken out easy. think, yeah, this is the only problem. Like, if we get paralyzed, we have a chance to also be paralyzed once we're under the ground. It's like the same thing with fly and everything. It's pretty. Oh, and yeah, see, this is what I was talking about earlier with my luck, and you know, I just got the paralyzed thing. Oh, 3 times in a row. There we go. And now watch, whenever I go to hit, I'm going to be paralyzed and it's just not going to do anything. If nothing else, there we go. So I say, if nothing else, I can just stall him out until he dies from poisoning. Sailor Dwayne. Looking at the time, I'll just try and open up the gates and then probably end it there. Hey, the switch. Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay, there's the switch. I misclicked. Okay, there's a switch. I just checked behind me and there wasn't one. So here. Yes. Alright. Yeah, I'll battle this guy and then we'll wrap up the episode. So that way it's not going on too long. And then we'll just, right out of the gate next episode, be Lieutenant Surge and head off to the rock tunnel, is it? Or no, that's the first one, I don't know. The one you have to use flash in. Ooh, that could be an issue. But, yeah, I still think we made some decent progress. Got cut for what all that will do us. And, we at least got to the gym leader. Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. I might just need to throw on a paralyze heal here. Or just switch out one of the two. Oh. Yeah, like, why is it only it only happens whenever he's about to hit. We got a paralyze heal in here. Do we not even have a paralyze heal? Okay, we don't. Okay, so let's just use a not too round move. Yeah, I got some thrash. Still one shot, so yeah. We should be good. Gentleman Tucker. Alright, so I'll leave it off there, and like I said, we should be having the next episode of the Soul Link come up somewhat soon. Choco's having some problems with his computer, so we'll see how that goes, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.